Ghost never dies. Ghost never dies. Ghost is alive. As you see in the title, Ghost is alive. My God, it's another War Stew video on Ghost being alive. I think there's a lot of evidence out there exactly in the season finale. So, yo, what is good, YouTube? War Stew here with a video on the Power Book 2 Ghost season finale that's seen the return of 2-Bit. Realistically, we've seen him throughout the season, kind of, but we got a real scenes with him. And the return of Tommy Mother in Easter. Egan. He didn't cancel Christmas though. Some people were disappointed with Tommy Egan in this episode, but the problem is it's not his show. It's a show about Tyreek. So did Tommy Egan want to cancel Christmas on Tasha and Tyreek? Of course he did. But, you know, if he did, then he couldn't keep coming back. So that is the main narrative of why Tommy Egan didn't kill Tasha or Tyreek. So, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any videos. At the 100,000 subscriber mark, I will be giving away something that's so darn cool, right? Cool, let's get into the video. So right at the end, I've had a lot of comments on my other videos talking about Ghost being alive, where Tyreek goes, Ghost never dies. Now, I guess you could say that is because people think Tyreek is literally, you know, becoming Ghost. There's a line right at the end. I'm not going to play it because, like, the Power stars, they keep claiming videos when I play clips, so I can't play the clip. But there's a clip where Reek's talking to Tommy saying, maybe next time I see you, I'll be worthy of the Ghost name. And that is why he said Ghost never dies. But if we go back to a fake death scene, you know, where Tommy Egan dies in a big explosion, so Saxe can't get his job back as a US prosecutor. And yeah, so Tommy, let me get it straight, honeys. So Tommy Egan can fake his own death, but Ghost, James St. Patrick, someone who is far more intellectual and far more clever, can't. That seemed to me solidify Ghost never dies. The whole season's called Ghost. Now, Courtney Kemp was right about what she said. We did see familiar characters towards the end of the season, Tommy Egan, 2-Bit, etc. We did. Sure, honey. But Ghost never dies. And I think this proves that Ghost is actually still alive. I don't know when we're going to see him. Now, this feud between Tasha, Tyreek, and Tommy Egan is definitely not dead. Now, we're not going to see Tommy or Tyreek or Tasha in Raising Kanan because that's going to be set in the 80s. Then we've got Power Book Force, which is Tommy Egan's TV show. Now, essentially, it could be a lot of things. It could be essentially Tommy looking for Tasha, who's now in FBI custody, kind of, you know, house arrest. That could be the case. I don't think she's going to be based in LA, but that could be part of the narrative of how he ends up in LA. As we know, there's connects in Seattle, New York, LA, etc. So obviously he's going to be a kingpin, etc., wherever he is. But I do think that this universe is kind of going to become like, you know, the MCU or DCU, where characters could cross over, where 2-Bit could randomly appear in Force if he wanted to, and vice versa. Bit surprised that 2-Bit and Tommy didn't cross paths in this episode. I thought they would. But this feud between the St. Patricks and Egan is definitely not over because, you know, Tasha lit up Lakeisha, and Tommy ain't got revenge on Tasha for that. So there's definitely, I honestly think Tommy Egan will return. But I think how it's going to play out if they want to get maximized viewership is has Tommy Egan return at some point in the future, either maybe in Force with, you know, they're walking on some kind of beach and Jane St. Patrick is just chilling on an LA beach and then Tommy Egan just sits down next to him and says, so we're here. Or something like that, because I know Omar has said that he's done, he's dusted. I know, but it's the same with, like, you know, Robert Downey Jr. with the MCU. He's done, he's dusted, he's literally died, and people are like, no, you're coming back. So I honestly think at some point in the future, I'm not saying it's going to happen in Power Book Season 2 or in Force Season 1, but I honestly think Ghost is alive because there's still so much factual evidence. The biggest thing for me is the fact that they can brush Tommy's killing himself, fake death, so no one's looking for him for the death, for obviously killing Jane St. Patrick, which he didn't actually do. We all know it was Jane St. Patrick's son. And also there's the unbind bond, you know, where Ghost said to Tommy, do not kill my son, essentially saying let him go, let him off. So it is going to be interesting to see if we actually ever find out if Tommy knows anything, because just because they're not saying he's not alive, I still think this episode proves that Ghost is alive. You know, the fake ambulance, you know, we never seen the body, and you know, this is predominantly a comic book channel where we talk about comic-based movies and TV shows, and if there ain't no body, there ain't no death. And to be honest, guys, did we see the body? No. We've seen the funeral scenes for, like, you know, Angela, and so many previous characters died, but we never seen Ghost. And they name a whole season after, a whole new show, Ghost, Power Book 2 Ghost, sorry. I mean, I know it's obviously his legacy and his son is trying to become the next Ghost, and hence why he said to Tommy, I just hope I'm worthy of his name one day. You're never going to be worthy of his name. You're not. But for me, it proves that Tommy Egan will be returning at some point. We know he's getting his own show, but he could easily cross over. And it is interesting how it's all being laid out and set up. But I honestly think Ghost is alive, and there's so much evidence. You can't do a fake death scene and then tell me that Ghost really died in Power season finale, the original Power. I do not believe that 1 minute, honey. That's definitely not true. And it is interesting. I still think there's some connections. I still think that Ghost knew Lorenzo or Monet somehow, because you're not telling me the biggest kingpin in New York, Brooklyn, Harlem didn't know the Monets, didn't know. I can't remember their surname offhand. I record these videos on freestyle. You're not telling me they didn't know another kind of drug dealing family. Yeah, it's just not happening. It really isn't. And it is very interesting how Tasha got out of jail just like we all thought she would. Tommy tried to kill her just like we thought, but he didn't really get close, to be fair. There's a bit of a shoot up early on in the episode, as we've seen, but he got nowhere near Tasha. Although he's really mad, they are still family. You know, Uncle Tommy, he doesn't want Reek saying Uncle Tommy anymore, even though that is true. And, you know, they're all going to chill one day when Ghost comes back, and, you know, it will be like a reunion and it's like, oh, I can't believe we faked the deaths for so long. And yeah, I mean, technically Ghost is dead, but Jane St. Patrick is alive. I think that's the kind of the prerequisite there. If you think Ghost is dead, maybe Ghost is dead, but Mr. Jane St. Patrick isn't. He is alive, chilling somewhere, which is interesting, and this will come out at some point. Now, I know I'm going to get the conspiracy theories and the you are mad, you keep pushing this, you know, Ghost is alive kind of narrative war stew. You've done so many videos about this, and you're right. I know I was wrong about, you know, the detective that came in for the last 2 episodes, Mother's Milk, who was also in The Boys. I know I was wrong about that being the brother, but Courtney Kemp did say something. She said not a brother, winking at Ghost's sister or something, but still, there's a lot of stuff coming up for the next season, season 2, which should be coming out around September, October-ish. The actor that plays Reek said on his Twitter that it is coming out in September, and they're starting to shoot like literally very soon, in the next couple of weeks. Oh, they maybe start shooting now, but I don't think they have. So it is going to be interesting to see what Courtney Kemp was talking about. And there's so much backstory. I mean, even if Ghost doesn't really return properly, we know there's going to be flashbacks to the connection of people coming into this season, because Ghost never dies, implying the main centric of the story is always going to have to be somehow focused around Ghost. I do not believe Reek is going to be turned into Ghost, because that just doesn't make sense. And Ghost is alive, in my opinion, because Ghost never dies. Tommy Egan will return, but I believe that maybe Omar may actually appear in Force. Now, I believe that would be a better way to do it, but it's still the biggest travesty ever of how they killed Jane St. Patrick Ghost off, because it makes no sense. You know, fake ambulance, no morgue scene, we didn't see the body. It's just me, it just doesn't make any factual sense. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. I will catch you in another video. Check us out on Instagram at WarStew, Twitter, WarStewG, and I will catch you very soon, guys. But let me know, do you think I'm talking rubbish? Do you think Ghost is dead but Jane St. Patrick's alive? What did you think of finale? Are you a bit annoyed that Tommy didn't really boss everyone and cancel Christmas on their ass? Yeah, I am, but it's not his show, so I can see. But he will be cancelling Christmas on a lot of people in his own show for sure. Force, and you know, they got his infamous car drive-by, driving away before he tried to shoot up Monet's club. It's gonna happen, guys. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.